Well, hello and welcome to Max Tutorials. We are going to work on percent increase and decrease problems. The best way to do these is, first of all, watch the video I have that you can find at maxtutorials.com, and this is in Unit 3 of the Algebra section. You can also look at the playlist here on YouTube, and anytime you like and subscribe, it really helps me out, so please do that, okay? So now, percent increase and decrease, as I talked about in the original, or in the video, you're going to have an original price of something, and you're either going to add or subtract or increase or decrease some kind of a percentage. But a percentage of what? A percentage of the original. And once you do that, you're going to get whatever that final is after you do the percent increase or decrease. Okay. So the best way to learn these is to just do them. All right. A bike originally cost 100, originally 120. Okay, it's now on sale for $90. That's the final. Okay, it's so after we do whatever we're going to do with it, it's going to finish at $90. Okay, what's the percent decrease? Okay, well, a decrease is the subtraction, so we're going to write minus. Now, here's the trick. I don't know the percentage, I have no idea. But whatever that is, I'm going to take that percentage and I'm going to times it by the original. I don't know, times the original. So the original is 120. I'm going to get 120x. Now I'm just going to solve this like a two-step problem. Okay. Boom, die. Negative 120x equals negative 30. Divide everybody by negative 120. And if you notice, our negatives will all cancel out. And if I just go 30 divided by 120, as you all know, that's going to be a 1/4 or a quarter or 0.25. But if I want to express it as a percentage, I have to express it like that. And it would be a 25% decrease. Okay, let's go on to number 2. A company's sales increase from 800, that means the original, to 1,000. That means that's the final. So it starts at 800 and it's going to add some percentage, I don't know, but it's going to be a percentage of the 800. That means times. And then that's going to equal 1,000 when it's all said and done. Okay. So we're taking the percentage times the original. All right. So now when we do that, we're going to just subtract 800 from both sides. And when I do that, I'm going to get 800x equals 200. I'm going to divide each side by 800, and they were really nice to make these pretty numbers. And that's, if I cancel out these zeros, that's just like 2 over 8 or 1 over 4, which is going to be 0.25, which is 25%. Okay, now when you do these, you're probably going to get uglier numbers. I'm just trying to make sure you guys understand the setup. After a 30% discount, a sweatshirt costs $49. What's the original? So what do I not know? I don't know the original. So I'm going to start with my X. Now, a discount, I'm going to subtract 30% of whatever that original is. So 30% is 0.3 because I moved the decimal over twice, times the original. And after I do all that math, I should end up with $49. All right, well, what's 1x minus 0.3x? The answer is it's a 0.7x equals 49. And when I divide everybody by 0.7, let's just plug it in the calculator, even though if you feel comfortable with decimals, you should be able to find that. And the answer of that, it's going to be 70. So it started at $70, and after taking 30% off, you're going to end up with $49. All right. The price of a concert ticket increases from 75 to 90. The original is 75, the final is 90. Okay? So now I'm going to add a percent increase. So I'm going to add whatever the original is times that percent increase, and that is the setup. So don't forget to write that original twice. Now, after I subtract $75 from both sides, I get 75x equals 15, and I'm going to divide by 75. And my x, when I go 15 divided by 75, I'm just going to get a very simple 0.2. How do I write 0.2 as a percent, though? That's going to be a 20%. All right. Number 5, a water tank decreases from 200 to 150. 200 is the original, 150 is the final. Okay, and it decreased, so I'm going to subtract whatever percentage times the original. Okay, now we're just going to do a two-step equation. Negative 200x equals negative 50. Divide each side by negative 200. Oops, wrote something weird there. Boom, die. X equals, well, what's 5 divided by 20? That's just going to reduce to a 1 over 4, which is a 0.25, which is another 25%. Okay? And that's how we do that. Number 6, after a 25% increase, a paycheck is $875. What was the original? I don't know what the original is, so that's X. But it's an increase, so I'm going to add 25% of that X. And when it's all said and done, I ended up with 875. I just got to know the original. So what's 1x plus 0.25x? That's 1.25x, isn't it? And that's going to equal $875. Now, when I divide everybody by 1.25, I'm going to put that in my handy-dandy calculator, and I'm going to just write 875 divided by a 1.25, and my answer is going to be $700. So I started with $700, but now I increased it by 25. I'm now at 875. Cool. Number 7, after a 40% discount, a tablet costs $240. What was the original? I don't know the original, but I know that after I subtracted out 40% of that original, I know that I ended up spending $240 on it. There's your setup. What's 1 minus 0.4? That would be a 0.6. Okay, and that equals 240. Now I'm going to divide each side by a 0.6, boom, and I get 240 divided by 0.6 equals, that's going to be $400. Okay, that was the original before I took off the 40%. Last one on here, after a 5% increase in account balance is $630, what's the original? Okay, well, I know that, I don't know the original, but I know that after I get a 5% increase, now remember, math-wise, how do we write 5? That's like a 5.0, right? But I need to write it as a math, so I make it smaller. There's smaller 1. I need a placeholder, smaller 2. 0.05 of whatever the original was. And when it's all said and done, I'm going to have $630. So, let's do the math. That's a 1x plus a 0.05, so it's 1.05x equals 630. When I divide each side by 1.05, boom, die, x equals, what is 630 divided by 1.05? And I'm going to get well, that's an ugly equal sign, $600. Okay? So it was 600. It increased by 5%. Hey, I'm at 630. I made $30. That's always a fun day. All right, so here we go. Here's the answers. I hope that setup helped you. If not, you can always go on to version C, and hopefully some of those will help you out. I think it will. Keep plugging away. Keep getting good at math. Take care.